welcome to another episode of Drunk Cop and a Teacher, the podcast where everything's made up and our comments don't matter. Just like the chicken wing shortage of 2021.
It's a real thing, man.
Ham, explain to us about the shortage for wings.
Inform the listeners. Educate them, please.
Oh, it's easy. There's not enough delivery drivers, a.k.a. truck drivers.
Okay.
And that is specifically with the wings. Also something with the cornmeal for feeding the chickens for the wings. So yeah, there you go. And that's why prices are higher in most local restaurants, wing-wise.
Are you looking for a second job? We need you to be a truck driver.
I thought about it. I'm
was
like,
way more science that came out of you than I think in the entire high school career.
there you go. I did it, guys.
I'm actually proud of you.
Yeah, I'm about to mess with this bag.
How
over
long has
here.
this been going on? Because I literally have never noticed this.
It's because you gotta go local places, man.
But then what does that tell you?
I mean, what are the...
Stop going to local places.
You gotta support local places.
They got
Small
other stuff.
Business. Oh yeah, that too. I mean, that's why I've been away from the chicken wings and more the chicken tendies. So,
But isn't like local places as well? They're like cheaper than actual like brand name.
no, because they need to make profit, and
Like, for
bigger
example-
places can sell it for smaller because they buy in bulk.
But like, think about it. Like Buffalo Wild Wings, to order like 10 wings is like what, $15?
Well, I don't know. I haven't checked in a
Are
while.
you counting
but-
the drums too with that?
I believe
Yes,
so, yeah.
it's the whole wings.
It's
yes.
the whole
Okay,
wings.
the whole wing.
But
Okay.
because
All right.
of drums have less meat for some reason, the actual flats have more
Well,
wings. People have been
and
giving
also,
out more
this-
drums.
Thank you for joining in on our Popeyes podcast. I appreciate that.
But also too, restaurants, they do weigh the wings. Like some restaurants, when you order like wings, they
True.
weigh
Yes.
them.
I think that's
And-
more for boneless, though, isn't it?
I think it's for both. I believe so.
Okay. Well, regardless, but what's not a shortage is the amazing things that are happening in Mike's life. Right, right, right.
What
Mike?
happened?
Oh my god, you're right here.
By the way, we're recording in real life, like we're in a car right now.
Three guys in a car.
The studio worked out last time, so we figured to use it again.
Yeah,
And
fuck
we-
it. And we just got out of the movie theater.
And we also saw the movie together for the first time.
Together.
Yeah, that is the first time.
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
yes.
Perfect movie to do it with, I guess.
I've been good. Nothing new from me, but I saw a movie yesterday. Well, the day before. I know Ham wanted to review this, but I don't know why we didn't review it. Freaky.
Freaky.
'Cause it
talked
came
about
out
Freaky
ages ago.
Forever ago. Yeah.
Oh, probably that's why. But
Yeah.
yeah, really, I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was very.
did you? Oh.
It was funny.
What's it on?
It's on HBO Max. They just added it.
I did see that. Yeah, somebody
yeah.
was watching it.
It was really enjoyable. Like the kills were actually pretty awesome. It was very funny. The characters are great in the movie. Green Card for sure. I highly recommend it.
Really? All right.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I think Sal will enjoy it. I don't know. Did you like it?
I was
Yeah, I
going to
liked
ask,
it.
would you give it a green card or
I'd
yellow?
give it a green card just because of the concept and the what's his name in it. He was
Vince
pretty
Vaughn?
funny, huh?
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, he was pretty funny in it. So
Yeah, he
I liked
was
it.
great. He was great. But other than that, I worked.
Did you work?
Yeah, I worked
Okay.
a lot.
yeah. Also, we were the first news update of that movie when I sort of didn't see something about it way earlier in advance, about a year ago, over a year now.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I remember I said,
But yeah.
yeah.
So then update about you and your life.
All right, what
Me
about
and
you,
my
Ham?
life just watching stuff, you know. I actually, because we talked about it in, was it the last podcast or the one before? I finished season 2 of Purge. And it was so much better than the first season. And the first episode was so much better than the Forever Purge. So that gives you a little hint. There was 3 different storylines. One of them, though, is the making of a serial killer, which I thought was the best storyline. There's a heist bank thing. There's one where someone's targeted to get purged. Somebody put a bounty on him. And I forget the last one, but what was the last one?
I feel like they're just milking the shit
At
out of
any
the purge.
point-
It was good.
But at any point, is anyone trying to take over and get rid of this idea of the purge?
Yes.
The
Yes.
last
It actually
movie.
ends with the
Isn't it the third movie where they try to get rid of it?
yeah, but this
The new
is sort of in
president?
between.
Okay.
I don't know when this takes place. The first season took place maybe 10 years from the original Purge.
Oh, okay.
The first Purge. So this one is sort of the creation of the Resistance at the end of the movie.
As long as you're trying to get rid of it, because then there's no point in calling it the Purge. You just got a slasher thriller.
Oh,
series.
no. They have a bunch of way more Purge stuff than the Forever Purge. And then the beginning of the episodes, like the first 2 or 3 minutes, they have like little things of the universe where it's like finding the perfect actor to say the lines of the Purge. This is the Purge, 7 o'clock. They find the woman, and it's like they didn't think they're gonna pick her, and then they pick her, and she's like the perfect person, and she's like, "What is this for a movie?" So it has little tidbits about how the world works inside the Purge universe. Yeah,
It's way too much information for someone who doesn't give a shit about
oh,
that.
it's good. It's very good. Also, started Dave season 2. On the 7th episode.
I still haven't finished the first season.
Yeah, it's a
Don't
weird,
even know what it
awkward,
is.
like sort of rapper awkwardness. Yeah,
Awkward rapper? Oh, we'll talk about an awkward rapper
yeah,
later.
it's an awkward rapper. Yeah, because he's Jewish. But what else? Neurotic, I should say. And then what else did I watch? I watched some stuff.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm
you should
blanking
continue.
right now of whatever else I watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you watch Escape Room 2?
I did watch Escape Room 2.
I was waiting for you to mention.
No, I was like, get to the
For
one
real.
that actually matters.
I blanked for a second.
All right.
Watched the first one almost right before the second
Okay.
one, and what I noticed, I did
Don't
a little
spoil
research.
anything, but-
no, I did a little research. The first one only cost like $9 million and made 150, so that's why it has a sequel.
Okay.
So we'll see how much money this one makes to see if there will be a sequel or not. But there is, the first one had it, so I'm just gonna say it. The second one has sequel bait. So
Of course.
All right.
yeah.
So good or not?
Card.
I'll give it a green just because I like the.
really?
It's Saw meets Final Destination.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fair.
That's fair.
Okay. Well, then to branch off of that, I saw the first Escape Room.
All right, yeah. I wasn't sure if you saw it or not.
What'd you think?
I
about
liked it. It was fine for the most part. If anything, I would give it a green just because it did entertain and keep my interest throughout
Yeah.
the entire movie. But I will say that the puzzles get simpler and less exciting throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Because the first one was like kind of cool where they had to like look at all the different shit before they got exploded or whatever. And then the second one was the ice, which I mean they just I don't know. I just felt like it was more threatening, and then it gets less threatening as you go. Because then the next one is just the falling platforms, and then after that one, it's what is it? The antidote thing?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Is
But
that
like
the illusion. Yeah. The
but I think it's
illusion
just because they go straight. Like they at that point they already know what they're looking for, and they go straight to what they're looking for, and it just kind of it's boring. It's like, okay, why do you even have this room? Like
For the second movie, it's like that first one is like, oh shit. That second one I thought was better. The third one was it was okay, and then that fourth one was a little simpler. Yeah, a little bit simpler, but yeah.
But I mean, overall, like I said, it was entertaining. So I want to see the second one, and so I'll probably make some effort to go out and see that. Otherwise, I don't think I saw anything else. I feel like I did, but I don't think I. I mean, I rewatched Alien.
Did you finally watch just one or all of them?
Just the first one because they're not all available anywhere. Just like stream, like just without
I saw
ads
somewhere
or
one
without
and
anywhere.
two, maybe one with ads.
Amazon Prime is where I watched the
Yeah.
first one, but the second one is you watch the second one
Ads.
with ads, and
Yeah.
I just didn't want to deal with that shit. Or you can like rent it. And I'm like,
And then they had some fake alien like titles that is not real alien, but it's like
like Alien versus Predator.
No, like alien space people.
But it's still just as good. Went out to SeaWorld the other day.
2 aliens
took the
and 1
kids.
girl.
I need to go out there. Yeah, I'm trying to make it this week.
And I think that's.
Did you see the
it.
fireworks?
No.
Oh.
SeaWorld? No.
Yeah,
we
they
didn't,
do fireworks thing.
we didn't go at night. We didn't go at night.
Wait, you stayed that long in SeaWorld?
Yeah, I mean,
Might as well.
it's a new fireworks show thing that they
I say max 3 hours. for SeaWorld.
It depends.
Yeah, then go there in the middle of the day, and then by the
Yeah.
time you leave, it's nighttime.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then other than that, just gearing up, ready to go back to work.
yeah.
I am going out of town this weekend for a little bit of a family reunion, and then Monday I go back to work. Other than that,
Exciting.
Nothing else really exciting. So,
Talk about nothing really exciting. Let's talk about something that we all three of us watched. That
okay. Well, before we get to that, let's cover the two headlines that I have, and then we'll get to the movie.
okay. So hot topics.
The three of us are gonna watch, or just came from watching Old. And then Mike and I, after intermission, are going to talk about Snake Eyes because this asshole over here didn't even bother to watch the movie, even though we said we were going to.
I'm going to sleep.
He probably would.
I thought we were gonna watch.
Dick.
I thought we were gonna talk about Escape Room 2 because you wanted to watch it, so I put it up, and I'm
No,
like,
you're the only one that brought it up, and then me and Sal was like, "Yeah, Snake Eyes."
Okay, the first headline is more for me, I guess. Netflix, or a report just came out saying that Netflix is in production right now to develop a Pokemon live action series. And it's getting a lot of hype. I mean, all over social media, people are praising this idea because Detective Pikachu was really good. And so the assumption is that they're following the same model. Although, don't set this in stone yet, because usually with Pokemon things, Pokemon Company is the first one to officially announce their shit, and not like other reporters and stuff like that. So take it what you will, but I could have sworn this was already mentioned a long time ago. There's other video games that are coming to Netflix, like Dragon Age I think is supposed to get one, BioShock I think is supposed to get one. There's a whole bunch, but I think it's cool. I wouldn't mind it. As long as they do non-canonical stuff, it'll be safer for them. Like Detective Pikachu is just a random thing, and it's yeah, sure.
I know Link was supposed to have a show from Netflix, but Nintendo pulled the plug because
we talked about that.
Yeah, right. That's the thing that was
because there was leaks about it, and then they were like, "Forget it, we're not going to do it anymore."
I hope they don't do the same shit though.
I don't think they have enough money to do the CGI well. I'm like,
on
Netflix
the Pokemon
show, yeah.
Well,
Netflix?
hold on. First of all, we're talking Pokemon Company. If anything about the Pokemon Company, they have their hand in everything, and so they'll make sure that there's enough budget to accomplish what they want to accomplish. I don't think there's been a really bad Pokemon thing that has happened that people are complaining about it. It's just more of, I guess, I don't know. There's nothing.
Well, it better not be like that CGI Mewtwo. I wasn't that.
What?
It's a Pokemon.
Detective Pikachu was good, dude.
No,
that Mewtwo.
no, the 3D
No. It's a live action series, not a 3D animated
thing.
thing.
I'm just saying, the Pokemon better not look like that.
Yeah, as long as the same team who made Detective Pikachu, just the company, could just take full control, I have a feeling it's gonna be a good show. But if you give it to Netflix, they're gonna fuck it up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm not sure about a good show, but it'd probably look nice. How about that?
The only other thing that came up was that Dead Space remake was announced.
Yes, I'm hella excited.
Never played
I was gonna ask if you guys played it.
Yes, I didn't play part 3.
I've watched all 3 games. I can't. I tell you, I can never play horror games, but I love to watch them.
Oh man, then.
This remake looks good though, because the first one is scary as shit.
Yeah, scary
and so
as fuck.
I can only imagine that this remake is going to be even more fucked up.
I can't wait. I'm excited for that. I didn't play part 3 because I didn't call my interest because it's a buddy team up thing.
It's more.
Co-op?
It's extremely action. It's people I think compare it to Resident Evil 6.
Oh, okay.
And that number 3 basically killed the entire franchise for people.
shit.
So one is the best one. 2 supposedly is
was really good. I liked part 2 a lot. Part 2 was really, really fun and scary. Both of them were great. I didn't play part 3, and I heard mixed reviews about it.
Yeah,
like you mentioned. I'm excited, and I think we should all play it. Come on, let Parker play.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know when you finish the game so I can play it after you.
I'll let you know when we finish this stupid review we're about to do. So,
Snake Eyes.
Shut up. You're gonna wish you saw Snake Eyes.
I did watch Snake Eyes, the one with what's his name in it, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
Fucking.
I've seen that. That's good.
We're gonna talk about Old, not old people, just the movie Old.
3 letters.
3 letters.
Old.
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And why the fuck did we decide to watch this together? Because Mike said it would be an M. Night Shyamalan twist that all three of us would finally get together to go see a movie.
It makes sense because we keep on shitting on the guy. I will honestly say that we both don't. Well, me personally, I
don't like the guy.
I don't like the guy either.
Okay, let me rephrase that.
He hates him.
I don't like the guy. It's not that I don't like the guy personally.
You just said it.
I just don't like any of his movies. I don't think there's the only thing that would come close would be Unbreakable.
All right,
that's the closest thing where it'd be like, okay, that's somewhat enjoyable. Not the greatest.
And you didn't like I See Dead People?
No.
No? Nothing?
Wasn't that twist obvious from the get-go?
But you did not like it?
No, I didn't.
I mean, I'm on a different page. I don't like the guy personally and directly. Like, I mean, like, of course, like, can he be a great family person and to his family? Yeah, nope. Sure, he might be a great dad, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care about, I don't know, like, his ideas, he brings it into the big screen, and he has the nerve to call himself a genius. I will never forget when he was doing an interview of The Last Airbender. He was just like, I don't know why Americans don't get me. You know, they would never get me. I have a European style, and
do all the Europeans like him?
No. And I've seen the reviews on the European people, and they're just like, yeah, I don't know, fuck him, you know. And then he's like, oh, but when I went to Japan, they were like, oh my god, you're a genius, and you know, I consider myself that, and it's just like, go fuck yourself, buddy. You're not a fucking genius. You're just like, I don't understand why companies give them money, or they just like, yeah, sure, you know what, we're gonna back you up, we're gonna sponsor you, so, you know, make a movie that you want to make.
I mean, he has to probably be making money then for them, because I don't know how
because the thing is, he brought out Unbreakable, The Sixth Sense, Signs.
Yeah, but there's no way that those movies are gonna are still making him that much money.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
was Universal.
Those are like
right?
his 3 best review movies, and Split. Latest one, Split. Split has gotten
a little bit, yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
I was thinking about Mr. Glass.
Split, though.
I personally was meh about it. Like, it's just...
Split was better than most of them.
It was better than most of them, but I still wouldn't give them that much credit. But like, oh yeah, some fantastic movie. Like, I was dreading it the whole entire, probably halfway of the movie.
It was a Fantastic Four movie.
All right, Old, a thriller about a family on a tropical holiday who discovered that the secluded beach where they are relaxing for a few hours is somehow causing them to age rapidly, reducing their entire lives into a single day. IMDb gives it a 6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, 51%.
That's high.
Metacritic, 54%.
Nah, fuck Metacritic. What about the Google?
Well, we were there with him. And
Google.
It was very obvious that there was only 3 of us. And then there was like, what, a random... 2 other people that somehow they got the invitation.
Yeah.
And so those 3 people were the only ones that liked it. 68% liked the movie.
Oh, wow. That's pretty low for Google.
Shouldn't it have been 50%?
I don't know the math.
That's true.
Someone was hiding in the chair.
I just make up numbers, man. That's why.
And like Shyamalan liked his own movie.
Usual, we're going to go into spoilers, but trust us, listeners, just listen to us bitching about this movie. And it's not worth watching at all in any way whatsoever. But we'll do our cards and do a spoiler-filled discussion on what we didn't like about the movie. Notice how I did not mention what we liked about the movie. Mike, your card. Don't make up bullshit cards already, all right? You already wasted your Becky card.
Okay. Red.
Ham.
Yellow.
I will fucking kill you.
Are you doing that on purpose?
I give it a yellow. It wasn't that bad.
It was terrible.
It was that bad that it was kind of good. It leaned to.
You know what? Fine. I'm just gonna leave it at a red card because I was actually gonna give it a Becky card and move that position out of there. But because of your shit, I'm giving it a red card.
That's fine by me.
You helped the movie somehow.
You know what, Ham? I want you to start off first. What did you like about the movie?
And don't say the drinks. Don't say the drinks.
Don't say the drinks, and don't say the rapper's name.
I I have to say the rapper's name just so we can get it out of the way.
Okay, okay, go ahead. What is the rapper's name, Ham?
Mini SUV? I already forgot now. I kept making up names in like compact car. It was mid-size sedan.
Mid-size sedan.
That's perfect.
I want to be like, I want to see a behind the scenes
How
of
they
when
chose
they
that?
came to that name and why. And then I want to see the extra few seconds afterwards where they fired that guy.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, that's it. We got it.
Like, why? Like, who
don't
said that it was a
know.
good... I was going to give it a little bit of a doubt thinking, okay, is that name going to mean anything at all whatsoever at any point in the movie?
Why would it?
Because you don't give a rapper a random bullshit name like mid-size sedan.
Just mid-size sedan. I don't know. It is horrible.
And then the thing is, like, what's the point of having one girl recognize him the whole entire way, and he's over here saying that his name is mid-size sedan? They literally asked him, "What's your name?" Mid-size sedan.
It really didn't matter if he was a rapper.
And
or
then
someone
when he's
famous.
alone with the girl, he's like, "My name's Brian."
Yeah.
Was it Brian or Brendan?
Brendan,
Does it
Brian.
matter?
Doesn't matter. Mid-size sedan, bro, all the way.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I liked the part where the what was it, the
Oh my god, did you like a part?
blonde woman with the
Which
the
one?
calcium effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where that part where she's like in
Getting all
the
distorted
tunnel.
and shit.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So
I didn't
one of-
understand that.
One
I'm
of the
sorry,
well,
I
one of
don't.
the things is that they heal almost immediately
because of the time.
and so with her being so brittle because she didn't get her calcium deposits,
Yeah, she
she
had a
was
calcium
breaking her
deficiency.
bones and twisting them in places, but because her body would heal right away, they wouldn't heal in the proper place.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why she looked all deformed and shit.
Also, where it changes tone into something a little bit more not stupid is when the baby dies. When the baby dies,
That was fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. It changed some of the tone where it's like, oh shit, we're going a little bit off the beaten path. I thought that was like, oh okay.
I
we're doing that.
honestly could literally say you could take the baby out and the movie does not change because nothing changes after the baby died.
That's true.
I think
like-
the tone does. The tone changes
To
a little
what
bit.
though? Like
To what
A
extent?
little bit. They're getting the. I mean, like I said, when the guy's like, "Oh, it's time," and it's still like, "Why'd you guys take that long to figure that out?" And the baby comes, and it gets a little bit more serious. People are like, "Oh no, we're fucked." So I think even the kids, the whatchamacallit, the youngest person.
You don't remember right after, before the baby was born, the fucking dad stabbed mid-size sedan?
Yeah, fuck it. I mean,
That should have changed the tone.
What else did you like?
What else? I like that kid that looked like your kid. He was a cool dude.
That's messed up.
You're telling me he got a little... Yeah, that was that dude there. He helped him out. It was weird that they became friends really quick and like... But I like that he noticed him at the end, which we'll talk about that later. He saved everybody. Actually, only 2 people, but whatever. Future
What
stuff.
took so long for... Oh, you know what? I think...
Yeah,
Sal-
I mean, you
Sal-
hated that. I know
Sal,
that much.
Sal needs to go through from the beginning.
Yeah,
to
I'm about
end
to
real quick,
I'm about to
because
give it to Sal real quick, but before I think he checked his phone like 6 times, just about.
Yeah.
If
I wanted
not
to walk out of
more.
that movie.
No, walk out. That does not deserve a walk out. A
It's-
walk out.
I wanted to walk out when he said mid-size sedan. And then when the Dr. Obvious over there was like, it's because of time.
Yeah.
No shit. Like, really?
But I think this was so bad that it was kind of
No.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So
Okay, so at the very beginning, though, we all knew something was up with the drinks.
Me
Yes.
and
It was
Sal looked
super-
at each
super
other.
obvious.
Ham did too.
We
Super
all. I
obvious.
think we all looked at each other when the mom said, "Oh, I found this like randomly on the internet." You believed it? Like,
yeah.
Oh, that was after,
instantly-
though.
I instantly predicted. I was like, "They're scientists."
It's there's some sketchy shit going. They got served the drinks. The drink
Yeah.
was very obvious and in your face. Like,
Yeah.
hey, something about the drinks. My whole thing was about the sand, which I still think the sand has something
you
to
said
do
water
with it.
too.
Did I say water? I
Yeah,
don't know. I
yeah,
still think
before.
it's the sand. But Yeah, they all get served specific drinks because of their medical condition.
It's the rocks, because they had the rock inside the laboratory. So, I mean, if you have the helicopter above the rocks, then you're fine, I guess. But
it was the rocks. You have to be protected by metal.
Yeah, no.
Well, we're jumping too much ahead.
So the drinks are. We find out later though that the drinks are specifically crafted for medical conditions because. Every person that goes there is escaping from reality because whether they have cancer, they have seizures, whatever the case may be. Then they get specially invited by the manager of the resort to a getaway location where, fast forward throughout the whole trailer and everything, like that's where everyone starts to age up. What was the map? Like I don't know. Let's not go through the map, but like every what
2 hours or. A minute is 30 minutes? I forgot.
I just remember her like, oh, you held my hand. That's like 3 days of our lives or something like that.
I think the whole day was closer to, 30
I think the movie, as the movie goes on, you have no idea of the math that they're using.
And I think
tried.
But I think it's like irrelevant at that point because if you're not, there's no clock to keep track of shit, then they can make up whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, everyone goes on the island goes crazy because people are turning up dead, people are not finding ways to escape, and people are killing each other. One guy with Alzheimer's was stabbing everybody left and right. We never got to find out the title of the movie. Unfortunately, I think that's what really deserved the red card there.
Precise sedan.
Jesus Christ. And then at the end, the only two that are left are the two kids.
The siblings, yeah.
The siblings who find out that there was this
you hated that.
message
you hated
that this kid had since the beginning, right before they left for the stupid getaway spot. He decodes the message. It says, my uncle doesn't like the coral. And so they were like, oh, there's a coral reef over there. Let's go swim out to that coral reef because that's got to mean something. And he grabs the book. They found a journal of this guy logging everything that's been happening. Yeah. They swim through the coral. After that, then they find their way back to the resort, end up revealing the whole thing because they find somebody that was a cop.
Yeah.
Because he remembers from yesterday, technically.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I remember you're from a cop. You said he was a cop. So he gives it to him, calls the whole investigation, and then that's it. The whole premise, though, is that these people at the resort are engineering medicine, and instead of waiting years on end for any of these medicines to actually take in effect, they just stumbled upon this area that speeds up time.
Yes.
And so they manipulate people to go there, but they give it so if someone with Alzheimer's was invited to that spot, they were given a specific drink that was to treat Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And so as time sped up, they would see if that medicine would work or not. And if it doesn't work, then they move on to a different medicine and try again. If it does, then great. They actually had one successful with the girl with the epilepsy.
Maybe two.
Because the guy
mid-sized sedan got stabbed.
I call bullshit on that because they're saying that they cure her, but she had two seizures in the whole entire movie.
Was she given the drink
after
the first seizure?
Yeah.
No, she was, remember?
No, before you go inside the resort, you drink.
Right, but that could have been first trial.
Yeah.
So then after this seizure happened at the resort, then she was like, oh, can we get you a drink? Or let's get you a drink. And so she was probably given another drink, which is the one that worked.
Yeah.
But then what about the second seizure on the beach?
Yeah, but that was 16 years or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That killed her, but they say that they found a cure for it.
That's basically a cure for 16 years.
Yeah, so
I don't understand that. That's
because medicines what was it? They said it only works for a few hours. You can go a few hours of a seizure.
Yeah.
This medicine was 16 years without a seizure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this was like a breakthrough for them.
Oh, okay.
The whole entire movie's stupid though. It's stupid acting. And you know what? I'm not gonna
because they were foreign.
I'm not gonna give any shit about the kids and their older versions of themselves because as even if they go old, they're not educated or anything like that, so they still kind of talk kiddish and they're still trying to figure shit out. So whatever. But everyone else is stupid, and they did the whole stupid Mark Wahlberg shit. What I hate about M. Night Shyamalan,
which one?
Where everyone has to stare out for 20 minutes of the movie. And just so what are you looking at this point? Why can't we look at it?
And the close-ups too, the close-up on the face. I don't understand. Every time when somebody when something happened, you had to get a close-up of each and every one of them. You remember that part where literally they're all lined up, And I literally inside my mind, I think I told you, the happening is happening.
Yeah, I remember you say that. Yeah.
Well, I did hate the part because it was so in your face that it'd be almost a circle or a line. It's like time is going by, and the thing would go this way.
But they also don't explain. They don't explain anything else about this area, though. Like how why you can't go through the rocks. He just said that they stumbled upon it, and that God or nature has given them this opportunity to use it, and that was it. I'm like, some weird bullshit cult thing. Like, it's just I don't know.
They found the Bermuda Triangle. Fuck, I don't know.
And of course, M. Night Shyamalan cannot resist in being his own fucking.
He cannot.
Movie. He cannot. He's literally one of the scientists that is viewing these people from on top of the hill or whatever he's at,
the cliff, mountain,
whatever, and then he has to go and report it or like be one of the part of those scientist people, because he's the one that brought those people to the beach.
Yes,
and it's just like, come on, dude, really? Like, are you that like you want that much of attention? I don't know. Fuck you. Like, I mean,
Tarantino does it. He's in,
but he deserves it though. Tarantino is one like. Tarantino makes great movies. At least in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about Tarantino, but I like Tarantino a lot. I have loved all his movies, and to me, that's very, like, that's rewarding. That's like, okay, you know what? He deserves to be in his own movie because he makes great movies. M. Night Shyamalan does not make good movies. He makes, I don't know what he really makes. He keeps on saying that he makes European films, but I've seen European films. And like his thing is not even close to any of that. It's just I don't know.
You could just maybe it's like you can see him and it's like, oh, that's why I need to blame this guy right
One
here.
weird thing to kind of give him like maybe 0.0002% slack on is that this was based on a graphic novel. It did say that at the end credits it says Sandcastle, which is why there was that whole scene with the sandcastle. Which that's why I still predict. I was like, it's got to be something about the sand. But now it kind of makes me wonder, like. Is the graphic novel? I mean, I think the books are always better than the movies, but like, how far off from the graphic novel was
so far? What I've done the research, people are saying when you guys were inside getting food, I read that people are saying that the graphic novel is amazing, and he did not do justice for it. Like he shit the bed. Like you had the material,
so like Avatar.
Yeah, like Avatar. Like
he uses some material and shit the bed. What?
Yeah, he just shit the bed. It's like definitely like Avatar. Like you can honestly compare this. I mean, you cannot. I will say Avatar is worse.
Oh, because you like it more, and right?
No, like overall, like
it's bad.
It's
I'm saying the original.
Avatar.
Yeah,
I love.
You like it that much that you thought it was worse because
I never watched Avatar, the cartoon series, and I watched Avatar M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, but he hates. Bad. I think he hates it more than you, though.
I
don't know. It was bad.
Like that's.
I never watched it, so.
I think it's like I've took that into a personal level.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I hate him personally. I hate him as a human being.
It's like he has the nerves to say like, oh yeah, I'm sitting down and I watched the whole entire series with my kids, and I was like, you know what, I should make a movie. So you saw the whole entire thing and you were trying to do a copy and paste and you still fucked it up. You don't fuck it up. I don't know. You shit the bed. He shit the bed, and I think he shit the bed in this movie. I've always tried to go into a Shyamalan movie knowing that it's going to be shit, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him benefit of a doubt. The first fucking dialogue in this movie was so bad.
Oh, I hated that whole conversation. Like, it's... Like, I don't... that part? Irritated me. Where it was like, oh, I'm too old for that. Oh, I'm not young like you kids.
Oh, yeah. It started off like...
That was so already, cringy bad, though.
And
that's
the mom,
a Grinch bad.
No, and then the mom is just, like, standing outside of the window door, and she's, like, smiling. Oh, those are my family. I'm fucking some other guy, but that's my husband. Aww.
So did we need that, or maybe?
No, we didn't need that.
We didn't need the entire 1 hour and 45 minutes of this movie.
Oh, that's why I was waiting for you to say that.
Not even the credits. It's including the credits.
God. And guys, to be honest with you, this was the breaking point for me.
Which one?
The two kids having sex.
I don't.
Yeah, that was.
Like,
oh, we were playing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I get. That's why I had to say, it was like, I don't give them shit about the older actors playing the kids, because they still have to be the kid mindset, And I was trying to justify that in my head, saying they are technically still kids, and I guess kids would just think whatever about that. But no, it's weird, I think, and it just makes the whole entire tone of that scene like just.
That was weird.
Just awkward, and it's like, how do you like?
Good thing it's very quick. Like they didn't. It's like I didn't mean it like that.
But it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary to have
but
that.
But they didn't show anything.
They didn't. So they were cuddling, and the guy, the boy was comforting her and saying it's good to focus on things that are happening right now as opposed to what's happening outside, because people were like, I don't know if there was a death or something that happened. But anyway, after everyone realizes finally, like, oh, where are the other two? Then they come out of hiding, and the girl is pregnant already. And, yeah, then we get a birth, and then the baby dies, and just, this movie's bad.
She climbs up the rocks, and then she falls down the rocks and lands on top of the
rocks. I have one
done.
question, though. How long was Mid-Sized Savannah there before them?
That's what I'm saying. Like
that part doesn't make sense either, because there's no, like, why was he there to, like...
He was here chilling with the girl.
And he didn't mention anything, like, his girlfriend's missing. Like, he's just chilling there, like... And then this little girl, oh my
creepy.
God, that's Mid-Sized Sedan. And he's just like, what's up, dog?
Don't go see this movie. Ham might...
I don't recommend it.
Ham might go see it with you. Listeners, if you want, hit him up. drunkcop.ateacher@gmail.com.
Yeah, drunkcop.ateacher.
And only if I'm drinking.
And Mike hates it just as much as I do. So
I fucking hate it. I didn't understand the last 5 minutes either.
I said we didn't even need the last 5 minutes.
And I mentioned this as we were walking out. Like, I do generally want to meet someone who really enjoys an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I really want them to explain to me in detail why. Like, I do want to try to give this guy a benefit of a doubt, but I can't find any justification for it. So if you want to write to us and say, this is why I like M. Night Shyamalan, please do so I can get some closure in my life.
Or clarity, at least.
Yeah. Or write a comment of how he's a piece of shit, because I would join you on that one. I honestly do not know how this guy sleeps at night.
Mike, do that thing so we can talk about the other movie.
Oh, what, like, that intermission? Am I supposed to do a plot twist?
Yeah.
How would you do that? Would you speed up?
Yeah.
Alright, Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe origin movie, the one movie that Ham was supposed to watch, but he failed his homework assignment.
G.I. Joe, go and not watch the movie.
Okay, first of all, before Mike and I begin talking about this movie, I guess let's address my issue, right? Because I sent you guys the picture. I went to the movie theater in downtown.
Oh, that was real. I thought you maybe
told
found
you
it
was
online.
real.
No, I thought maybe it was online. I don't know that was your personal.
I went to the movie theater in downtown. And I went to go ask for the ticket.
And
then as the guy is like, the guy must be new because he was like doing some weird shit on the computer that I just was like, why can't you just register me for a ticket? Regardless, I see this sign in front of me. I see $1.99. I'm like, oh, cool. This movie's gonna be $1.99. That's great. But no, it says all blockbuster movies in the first week of release are going to be added an additional surcharge of $1.99. And then I asked the person, I was like, hey, what? Can you explain to me? Like, is this a new thing? Like, what's this all about? They couldn't explain it to me. They just literally repeated the same thing on the poster. So it's just it's a Cinemark. I'm gonna call them out because you guys haven't seen this at Regal.
No.
I don't know if AMC theaters.
I don't have it. Well, I have the unlimited pass, so it wouldn't matter anyways.
Even like the Springs, they don't have anything like that either on signs, or not that I've seen.
Not that's noticed.
What about the mall by you? The theater by the mall.
I haven't. Well, that's a Cinemark though, so I would have to go check that out. But it's just, why? Like, okay, so I paid. Almost $10.
That's
like
your
the guy,
fee charge.
I think I paid like $9.95 or something like that. And the person told me it would have been $7.95 if it was like any other day.
What, it was a matinee? What time did you go?
I went at, what was that, 9:30, something like that?
Oh, at 9. So
yeah.
That's still cheaper than a bigger
But
theater.
why charge me $2 more for a movie? Like, I'm already paying to go there.
Would it have mattered if they didn't have that sign and just charged you that from the beginning?
But I wonder
Because you wouldn't even know.
But I just want the justification of the $199. Is that just because they're trying to drop the price of their tickets? But then that doesn't make sense if they're doing that. Then why add the surcharge?
Exactly.
But they're only doing it for the first week of a blockbuster, and then it's vague because then who's to say what's a blockbuster movie?
I mean,
I can tell you right now, Old is not a blockbuster movie, and I'd be fucking pissed if I had to pay $1.99 extra for Old.
You owe me $10, by the way.
Yeah, you said $10. I'm like, no way that costs $10. Had it cost more than $10.
I choose child. That's why.
I'm just very
No.
curious.
Yeah, it's $13 for adults.
You should get child? No wonder. I'm like, $10.
Listen, enough of our scams.
Yeah.
I just want
Hour?
someone out there in the world can explain to me why a theater is charging $1.99. What would be interesting though is your theater, if they doing, because they play new movies, right? Your
Yeah. I mean,
so you should check them out and see if they do a surcharge.
It's usually $10 every time.
You should check them out and see if they do a surcharge, because then that would be
mean,
more of like a
online,
locally owned thing, maybe, or like a low budget thing. I don't know. It's
weird.
It's kind of it sucked. I was like, if you're not giving me a reason here, a good justification, then I'm kind of a little upset that I have to pay $1.99 extra for this movie.
But it's still cheaper
Regardless.
than any
All right, so I got that out of the way. I just thought that was odd, and just kind of keep a lookout for that. I mean, I'm glad they at least had a sign that told you that. Otherwise, it's kind of sketchy if they don't. G.I. Joe. Have you both watched the first two G.I. Joe movies that are not connected to this movie?
Okay,
Just the
so
first one.
I remember the first one, and I do remember watching the second one, but I don't remember the movie itself.
Of the second one?
Of the second
Where
one.
everybody died?
Where everybody died.
That's
and then
literally the beginning of the movie. It's like everyone's dead, and you have like just The Rock and...
Snake Eyes.
That's the second one?
Yeah, that's the second one. It's The
I
Rock,
watched the
and
second
then
one.
I forgot
Bruce
who else.
Willis is in the movie too. He's
Maybe.
he's Joe.
Yeah.
That dumb
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's what I watched.
Did you enjoy them?
The first one was like because I don't know that much knowledge of
G.I. Joe, yeah.
G.I. Joe, but I felt like the first one missed out an opportunity of actually being good.
Mm-hmm.
I know the second one that I was just bored.
Okay. Do you remember the first two movies? Do you
I
remember
never saw the second one, and the first one
Marlon Wayans?
I watched it.
Channing Tatum?
Fuck, I forgot he was in it.
Magic Mike, man.
Never saw it.
I do recall the first two movies, and I would say I like the first one better than the second one. I didn't mind them because I feel like at that time period, movies that were adapted from either probably video games or toy franchises, whatever, were just made to be very campy and cheesy anyway. Yeah. And that's what those movies
just compared
were.
it to like Transformers.
And that's why I think you had like Marlon Wayans. Like, you can't take a movie seriously if you had Marlon Wayans in there. So I just thought they were entertaining and just like, you know, they were fun. Not the greatest. They're like Mortal Kombat kind of fun.
No, I'm calling you out.
The original Mortal Kombat.
Well, I'm calling you out because the Aretha Franklin movie, and that's Marlon Wayans in that. That was her.
I didn't
boyfriend.
see.
Yeah. That was that. He's.
So I bring that up because I think it's fair to kind of compare how we enjoyed the first one to the second one, or to the first two to this one, even though there's no connection to these whatsoever. I know this was originally my pick in the sense that I was excited about this one. Mike wasn't. You two weren't, right?
I was 100% not looking forward to this.
No, I was looking forward to it, but I wasn't excited as you were.
Okay.
Like, I was just like, okay, who I don't know, whoever said like, yo, I want a Snake Eyes movie.
So, out of all the G.I. Joe's characters, though, Snake Eyes is the coolest one. He's a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
And from what I understand storyline-wise, because I never watched the entire cartoon series. My brothers grew up with G.I. Joe, so I know a couple of the characters, and then I know when the first two movies came out, I was looking up characters. I'm like, okay, who's Roadblock? Who's Joe? Who's all these characters? And so Snake Eyes was like a really cool one. I was like, sweet, this would be an awesome movie, because he's also a character that takes a vow of silence, and he's not supposed to speak at all whatsoever. And
remove his helmet.
There's a what?
I don't think he's able to remove his helmet as well too.
Something like that, because it's like a culture like promise thing that he does. I forget the exact origin behind it. So I was really looking forward to this movie, and that's why I wanted to bring it up and I wanted to talk about it. And the trailer looked really, really cool for it.
Yeah.
So, Mike,
I'm shaking my head.
Mike, what is your card for this movie?
A yellow card.
Yellow? Okay.
Yeah. Red card.
You didn't watch the fucking movie.
Red card.
It's a red card for me.
Ah.
I was incredibly disappointed. There should be 1 or 2 people that should get fired from this movie.
I agree with you.
Directing or
Let's say
acting?
director. For me, it's the director.
I don't think it's the director's fault.
No?
No.
Well, who's the one that does a shaky cam?
It's the camera guy. So
fuck the camera guy.
That's not his fault.
I would say that the camera guy or the writer. For the longest time, I wanted, like, throughout the movie, I was like, I can't tell if it's bad acting or if it's just bad dialogue. And I think towards the end of the movie, I just left it at it's bad dialogue. Because I don't think I think these actors are just doing the best that they can with the material that they were given.
Yeah.
And it felt like they were trying to put a lot of emotion and a lot of, like, actual, like what's the, not realism, but, like, they wanted you to believe the stuff that they're going through.
Yeah.
But the dialogue interactions are so bad that I just couldn't bear this movie. I was like, okay, maybe this is a movie all about the fight scenes. You couldn't see shit with the fight scenes. I think there were a couple of swords in the movie. If anything, I walked away from this movie learning, why aren't swords longer than they need to be? Like, why can't they be? How do I even go through the story of this one? So we do get
The aerodynamics?
It starts off with, like, one of those typical, like, me and my father are out somewhere. My father's
In the
keeping
woods.
secrets and isn't telling me something, but he's like, he senses something is nearby.
Yeah.
Someone, I guess we find out later it's one of the Cobra villains comes and basically kills the father in front of the kid's eyes. And it's the typical, like, the kid wants revenge. Like, the kid is, like, his entire life is dedicated to finding out who the guy is and to kill him.
But we don't know anything about from kid to adult in the middle of how he became
I didn't know anything
this
about that.
fucking amazing ninja fighter.
Whoa. Don't I gotta talk about his skill set. But we do get the origin of the Snake Eyes name right off the bat. It's like a Two-Face thing. It's literally, I'm gonna roll the dice. If you're lucky, then you live. If you're unlucky, then you don't. The father rolls Snake Eyes.
It's really hard to get Snake Eyes.
That's not the point.
The probability of the most number to come out would be a 7.
I'm pretty sure, though, that the origin of the name Snake Eyes has nothing to do with the dice.
Yeah,
Nothing.
should've been 7. Snake
So anyway,
What the fuck?
this guy, he gets recruited by this, like, Yakuza boss leader who outs another guy in his clan as a traitor because he's actually going undercover from another clan. That there's 2 clans going after each other, basically. And so the Yakuza leader recruits Snake Eyes to be like, okay, you're going to go undercover for me and work and try to find your way into this family and find out this jewel. Like, they're going after this ultimate powerful jewel.
A MacGuffin.
That
Yeah.
that will, like, basically help them take down the entire clan family.
Right.
Now the Yakuza leader also, we find out later, is partners up with Cobra, which is the G.I. Joe arch nemesis. You know, you have your Autobots and Decepticons, you have your Joes, and you have Cobra. And then they work together to try to what is it? Like, the Cobra is giving them resources while the Yakuza leader is just, his main goal is just to take down the other family. Snake Eyes does betray the clan that he's part of and then gets the jewel, but then, as usual, you know, he's like, I'm not sure about this, whatever. But he finds out that Cobra was the one that sent the guy to kill his father. So then he's like, well, fuck this, I don't like them either. And now he's trying to help out the clan that he betrayed, and it's a fucking mess.
So wait, I assume at the end he joined G.I. Joe.
And then
Not yet.
No.
Is he gonna do a sequel?
Yes. No. Okay. Oh my god. Go on.
Because I never watched
there's a lot of things I want to say as well, too.
IMDb gives it a 5.8. Let's go through this really quick. IMDb gives it a 5.8. Rotten Tomatoes, 40%. Metacritic 43%. Ham loved this movie, even though he didn't see it, because 86% liked this movie.
I don't know. Some old had better ratings than this movie.
It's. Some would say like, oh, maybe it's supposed to be just like an action, flick, a summer blockbuster. It's not. It's not. If you can't even see the action,
exactly.
It's like almost as bad as Alien versus Predator action, where you can't see shit. You literally can't. Like, I'm sure they're doing cool stuff, and that's why I don't want to like discredit the actors, because I think they're doing great job, but I can't see whether or not they're doing a great job. And it's just, and the lines are just so bad. It's almost as bad as Old.
I will have my revenge.
You go ahead, because I've been talking for a while. What do you want to say about the movie?
He did not like it.
Well, the thing is that my yellow card is just going towards more of like the actors. To be honest, that's the positive thing about this movie, is that the actors are doing the best they can with the material that they're given, and in my opinion, they do a great job. They do the best they can, and I like the guy who's playing Snake Eyes. But my favorite character in the movie, I don't know if it's on purpose or it was by accident, Storm Shadow.
He was a more interesting character than the other one. Storm Shadow is like the Cobra Snake Eyes.
Yeah, the white one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the white ninja. I don't know. I liked him more than Snake Eyes himself. Like, the guy, Snake Eyes was an asshole. Like, he's still an asshole. And this is the biggest plot hole for me. Like, okay, so this guy hires Snake Eyes for some reason, right? Because of he wants revenge, so he's an easy target to go inside undercover. Mm-hmm. But the lady Cobra, whatever was her name, like
the Baroness.
The Baroness, right? She's supposed to be the smartest woman, right? To figure out the problems and has everything under control. Wouldn't it be a bad idea for Snake Eyes to find this guy? Because he will go after them and fuck up their plan.
The other thing is that so Baroness and the Yakuza leader are promising him the killer to his father, in exchange for him getting the jewel.
Do they actually knew that, the Yakuza?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, so they actually knew. Okay,
they knew that, like,
he was the one that offered it in the first place. And it was the Cobra that found the guy, because it was one of their own.
Okay.
It was one of their own.
And Baroness was on board with it. But the thing is that I don't understand how you want to offer this guy where he could spill the beans. And then after that, like, it's like, you know what? Fuck that. Cobra's bad. So, like, I didn't understand that. It made no sense to me. I was like, wait, so they're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
They're really, really dumb. And then another thing that bothered me besides the fighting was the snakes.
That didn't bother me as much.
The snakes?
No, there were literal snakes.
There was literally three giant...
So the clan...
the snake clan.
Storm Shadow... Tommy is his actual name in the movie. Because... it's complicated to explain. So Snake Eyes saves Tommy from being killed by the Yakuza leader, because that was his way of like, earn his trust to make your way into the family. And Tommy was like, we want to make you one of ourselves. Like, I trust you, so I'm gonna rule this clan. I want you by my side. But the thing is, he has to go through 3 tests. Right. The first test is like basically being humble. And it was like this weird fight of like the guy holds gives him a bowl of water. He has a bowl of water. He's like, you have to take this bowl of water away from me without spilling water. And so the guy tries to fight him. Yeah, you would think like some weird shit. And that's what he tries to do 3 out of 4 times, because he has only 4 attempts. The last attempt, it comes down to like,
can I please out of the water?
Yeah. There we go. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever.
You could be a ninja, bro.
The second test is just the second test is just more of like a reflective thing, where it's like the light will show you like what you are, or like what pain you endure, whatever shit. And basically, it just has him recreate his father's death scene, and he has like a conversation with his father. And then the third test is literally he's in a pit where he steps on a tile, and 3 anacondas, they just call it. But, I mean, they're 3 large-ass snakes, like fucking, like, Shang-Chi dragon-like snakes.
He didn't want,
you remember, like, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets?
I just mentioned Harry Potter with the mirror thing, like the water and the mirror thing.
But to pass the test, you have to be a pure of heart. Otherwise, the snakes will know you're not, and then will attack you and kill you. So he fails the test. But then the stupidest thing happens where in this clan, there's an advisor who ends up falling in love with him, even
out
though
of
there's
nowhere.
no indication that there's romantic relationship. In
Nothing.
fact, she always seems like he hates the guy. Like, he's always, like, suspicious of him. Like, she's usually on top of, like, okay, I know he's up to something. And he tries to track him down when he tries to leave the house and everything. And she saves him, and just, like, why? Like, you...
What is, like, a bad romantic comedy? It's like, I hate you. I
guess so.
We're together.
Anyway, and then he gets, like, I don't know if he even passes the test. He doesn't really pass the test.
He doesn't pass the test, but the thing is that, like, Storm Shadow was like, you know what? You could still be in my clan. Like, you could still be one of the warriors and whatever.
Sure.
Right? So he, like, took out his sword because to get the jewel, you have to have, like, the DNA of the clan to get inside the safe.
DNA of the clan?
So get this, right?
That's how science works.
First of all, this movie has more heists than Army of the Dead. But literally, right? This is going to sound complicated, but hold on. The jewel is hidden is in a vault, but the vault, like, if you look at it's like a dragon mural.
Gotcha.
And there's a button
Jackie
that presses
Chan
out.
Adventures.
There's a button, a little pad comes out, and it's a scanner thing. But it only unlocks if from the blood of 3 specific people.
Okay.
The leader of the clan, which is it a grandma or mother?
The grandma.
Grandma. And him, Tommy, and
the security lady.
Yeah, I think the advisor.
You need all 3 or just one of them?
Just one. You just need just a little blood. Just a little blood, right?
Okay.
How do you think Snake Eyes found out about all that?
Oh, I don't know. Love interest? I have no idea.
No. So Snake Eyes meets up with the accuser leader. The accuser leader's like, hey, you got to find out how to get this, like the jewels hidden somewhere, whatever. The next scene, Tommy and Snake Eyes are just hanging out in the garden, and Tommy just spills like every single fucking detail to him. It's like, yeah, there's this jewel, and then Snake Eyes is like, oh, a jewel? And he's like, yeah, the only way you can access is if you had the blood of these 3 people, me and my grandma and this person, and then put on a pad and the vault will open up and you will get the power. I'm like, what? Can I get the lottery number tickets too while you're at it? Can you tell me the movie of old so that way I can skip that shit? Like, literally just spewing out everything.
So what Snake Eyes does is that he takes out his sword that Tommy gave him, and he was like, we're still brothers. And Tommy was like, yeah. So Snake Eyes grabbed the sword and cuts his hand.
Blood handshake.
And then Tommy grabs the other end of the sword and cuts his hand. And that's how he got the blood to get inside the vault.
I'd be like, yeah, that's kind of suspicious.
So now where G.I. Joe comes in is that the clan is actually affiliated with G.I. Joes, with the G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
And they call in Scarlet, I think was her name, and was like, hey, we got some shit going now, we're going to need you. So she shows up towards the end of the movie. Like, you see a little bit of her in the middle when they call her.
But you don't give a shit about her.
Yeah, and then she shows up at the end for the big fight scene, and then finds out that the father of Snake Eyes was a Joe. And so she gives him the files, like, hey, here's all the information, blah, 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 whatever, and we're looking for a replacement for him. I think we may have found the perfect one, blah, blah, blah. Can we, like, would you be interested? And he's like, we got to do one thing first. So before I say the last thing that happens, at the end of the whole thing, Tommy gets kicked out of his own clan because he used the jewel to try to kill the Yakuza leader. The whole thing to their clan culture is that you do not use the jewel at all for any reason whatsoever.
So why do they have it?
It's just it's to protect the world, basically. Like, it exists, so they're the ones they're protecting. They're the protectors.
So it wasn't a bad clan then.
No. Tommy was actually part of the good clan, which is kind of a weird take because Storm Shadow becomes a bad guy. Like, Storm Shadow works for Cobra, but he gets kicked out. He's pissed. He's upset. He does blame Snake Eyes because it's his whole fucking fault that it kind of fell on him, which is true. And then he leaves off. And so fast forward a little bit, and when we go back to the scene of like, hey, are you interested in becoming a Joe? He's like, oh, we got to do one thing first. He gets his Snake Eyes costume. He goes on the motorcycle, and then he's like, we got to go find Tommy. And then they drive off, and he drives off, and he's off to go find Storm Shadow.
So, and then the original clan was working with
Cobra.
Yeah. So he was technically, Snake Eyes was in the bad
Yep.
clan.
it's an interesting concept. Like when I thought about that, I was like, that's kind of cool. But the execution in this movie of like everything they try to do is terrible.
I personally think the ending of how Storm Shadow was kicked out was completely idiotic. Because the thing is that this guy, Snake Eyes, stole the jewel, gave it to the Yakuza clan leader, whatever, came to the village, destroyed most of the village, and killed half of the army, right? And Storm Shadow was just trying to stop him. He grabbed the jewel and he used it to try to kill him because they're literally fighting him and they cannot kill him because he's that good. But of course, Snake Eyes doesn't really defeat him. He pushed him down to the hole where the snakes are at.
Yeah.
He kills the Yakuza leader, kills one of the snakes, but then the two other snakes eats the guy. And whatever, they're about to eat Snake Eyes too, but then he closes his eyes and then he realizes that he's pure of heart.
Because now his whole confession is out, everything is out, fine and dandy.
But everything's fucked at the same time as well. So they kick Tommy out for using the jewel, but they bring in a man that almost destroyed the whole entire clan. And on top of that, they bring him inside, keep him, gives them a whole armor with their symbol. So, you want me to root for this guy?
I don't know. You said before like he was an asshole to begin with.
He's an asshole to begin with.
And the thing is, what bothers me is that Snake Eyes, like one of the cool things about him, at least when I remember watching the first G.I. Joe movies and just knowing about G.I. Joes beforehand, is that he's a fucking badass ninja who there's a mystery behind him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I didn't mind that there was an origin story for him, but it doesn't seem like they did his character well because there's no like. I don't think they're gonna have him take a vow of silence at all. Like he talked a shit ton in this movie, and there's no like I don't understand his skill set because he doesn't seem like a badass ninja to me. Some fights he does like really cool stuff, and in some fights he gets the shit knocked out of him. It's like I don't understand. Like, can you fight or can you not fight?
And
like,
there's no training in the movie.
No, none whatsoever.
Like he literally
it's like Power Rangers, man. He got his Power Ranger thing, and then now he knows how to fight, man.
From little kid to
okay, Gold
that's
Guard.
yeah. Literally from little kid to adult, he just automatically,
Goldar,
for some reason, knew how to fight like a ninja, knew how to do all this stuff, and then the punishment that he goes through, getting stabbed, getting beaten, no damage on him whatsoever. The next scene. Like, he's just all fine. He's like, hey, guys, I'm good.
It's incredibly... You still going to give us a yellow card, though?
It's just because of the actors, how much they tried, man.
But that's not... like that. That's not our responsibility to rate them like that. Like...
You know what? I will say that the actors did the best they can, and I like Tommy a lot, and I hope he comes back for a sequel. I'll lower my thing down to a red card because the movie's bad. But the actors, they do the best they can, and I like them. I like the guy who plays Snake Eyes, and I definitely love the guy who plays Tommy.
Oh, going back to the sword comment, too, I think, like, what I learned is that sword should have been 2 inches bigger or whatever. There's a scene where he saves Tom. It's the very beginning, like, near the beginning of the scene, where he's trying to save Tommy, and they're trying to run away from the Yakuza, and they're in the truck, and, like, 20 to 30 of the other Yakuza clan stabs the truck with their swords, and not a single one reaches them. Literally, like, you got it from the top, from the front, from the sides. Like, the only thing that happens is, like, maybe he gets scratched enough to, like, where he's bleeding out a little bit, but that's it. And it's like, what? Like, I was like, man, like, they should really make swords a little bit longer for them. Like, I don't understand that. Like,
hey, write it down, longer swords next time. Okay.
It's just
sequel.
I don't know. It's just the beginning of the movie. Like, it started out a little bit promising, and then
the trailer was more promising than any part of the movie. That's why I was excited, but then this whole movie disappointed me.
I was so bored of the car scene, of the behind the car.
The only you just made me forget what I was gonna say.
Sure, wasn't anything good.
So you still want to watch the movie?
No.
But what would you guys prefer, Old or Snake Eyes? I would prefer Snake Eyes.
Because Old is ridiculously that bad, whereas Snake Eyes, I'm sure, was trying to be serious, and it still did not.
I would prefer Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
I just remember the mid-credit scene, or semi-mid-credit scene? I don't even know how to classify it, but it's basically Tommy is in his private jet, and the Baroness finds a way on that jet, like, was about to serve him his drink, Tommy's like, oh, like, and Baroness is like, well, I'm not here to kill you. I'm here to offer you a deal.
I don't think she could kill anybody.
Probably
she
not.
She kept on saying that I'll kill you if you betray me.
Okay.
And she was getting get the shit out of her.
One last thing to complain about, and then we can move on from this.
All right.
The forced female get together in this one.
Oh yeah, that shit was so yes. This was so forced.
You have Scarlet, the GI Joe, the Baroness from Cobra, and then the grandma from the Clan. Like, literally stare at the camera and do, like, an action pose because they're surrounded by, like, the other Yakuza people. And then that's it, though. We don't see them actually fight together at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I complain about the Endgame forced female scene, at least they did shit and it looked cool. This one, we don't get to see anything at all.
Even though the grandma did better.
Even though the grandma can fight, because we see them all fight separately.
The grandma fought.
She was like Katana, basically, from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
But we don't get to see them take down...
But not sexy.
We don't get to see them take down, like, the 2 people that are surrounding them. And I was like, why even have that, like, 2 seconds of them staring into the camera? Like, no point whatsoever.
And even when them walking down the hallway, the shaky cam.
Oh, this just sounds bad, man.
It was... like I said, I did not enjoy it.
If they make another one, I want... better writers and a director who has actually made a martial arts film.
All right, can't wait to see what is it? The 10 Rings and stuff.
Oh, Shang-Chi.
Yeah, we'll see how that works.
All right, you ready for your?
Oh, I got one too.
Why you got one when I got one?
Oh, because I told you I got one. I was like,
oh God, it has to be.
Mine's easy. You go first.
Remember, you guys gotta text me.
Yeah, you gotta text me too.
Oh wait, you know what? We'll wait for Ham to text me, and then I'll tell you to give me an answer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So movie synopsis. Here we go. Ham's favorite segment. An American expat, and in case you need to know what an expat is, I looked it up for you guys. What's an expat?
Fuck you. What's an expat, bitch?
It's people who move out of the country from.
He's actually right. Okay.
Yeah,
An American expat tries to sell off his highly profitable marijuana empire in London, triggering plots, schemes, bribery, and blackmail in an attempt to steal his domain out from under him.
Fuck.
I'll say it one more time. An American expat tries to sell off his highly profitable marijuana empire in London, triggering plots, schemes, bribery, and blackmail in an attempt to steal his domain out from under him.
Okay, thinking about the actors, probably has to be...
He's an American.
He's an American.
It's a fairly recent movie within the past couple years.
What? Marijuana.
That's the thing that sticks out to you, huh?
No, American was the first one. America. Marijuana.
Just text me your answer.
It takes place on where?
In London.
In London.
Specifically.
Fuck. Alright, think about the people that were in Old or Snake Eyes.
I think it's this.
What's the rapper's name again?
Was this a...
Text it. No. We need an answer, man.
This is a movie.
No,
I don't know. I thought maybe it was
Disney
a series.
Pixar short.
I thought it was a series. All right. This is not it, and it's the only thing I could think of, but...
American Idol.
They were... No, this is all I got.
You know what? Fuck it.
They were all English in that.
What's your... What? That's a movie?
Yeah.
What kind of was it?
Oh my God.
It was like gangs and like mafia, sort of, but they were all English.
Yeah.
I was asking about the cake.
I'm gonna say Legends.
Yeah.
No, not Legends. What kind of cake was it?
No, it's just called cake.
It's just called cake. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Cake Layer.
That's not that.
Oh.
This movie starred Henry Golding, who was Snake Eyes.
Oh, okay.
The Gentleman.
Oh, I never saw it.
I never saw it either.
The Gentleman. Holy shit.
Came out in 2019. It also has...
oh, yeah! I thought it was the pre-sequel of...
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, and then I'm like, no, this is not it.
It's got Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
I know
Colin
the name.
Farrell.
That's all.
The guy from...
Hugh Grant.
Yeah, the guy from Sons of Anarchy.
All right.
Fuck.
Here is mine. Very easy.
Oh, my God.
It's very easy. You should get this one.
Agent Cody Banks.
AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains. That's 50 heroes, 50 villains. So, name the villain/hero that appears in both of the lists. He was a bad guy first and a good guy second.
We have to name just one?
There's only one.
There's only one?
There's
There was
only
a bad
one
guy
in
first
both of the lists. Top 50 villains, top 50
of
heroes.
movies? What are we talking about? Just in life?
In the movies, yes, in movies.
In movies.
There's
An actor?
There's
No,
the
a
actual
character.
character. There's
Okay.
a franchise. He was first bad, and then he was good, and he is in both of the lists.
Oh, Shaw.
But
Hobbs and Shaw?
this is
I mean,
if I'm
technically...
100 years of 100 heroes and villains of all time. You have 100 years.
100 years.
Swamp
okay.
Thing?
Venom?
When was he good? Or what? No, this is a franchise.
Blade?
There's two movies.
I was going to say Blade.
Blade. When was he bad then good?
Spider-Man.
Anti-hero.
Huh?
He was bad in a Spider-Man issue and then anti-hero.
These are movies.
I don't know, fucking Twilight?
T-Rex from Jurassic Park?
What?
Jacob?
No, but these are two different movies.
Oh, two different movies. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
All right.
Wait, so he played a bad guy in one
First,
movie.
and a good guy in the second one.
Michael Keaton.
In what?
I don't know. Birdman? I don't know.
Birdman? I don't know.
There's only one Birdman movie.
Batman and
Batman.
Superman? Spider-Man?
Doctor Strange.
No, there's two different movies.
The Three Amigos.
No.
Agent
All right,
Cody
I'll
Banks?
give you guys one
Cheaper
more.
by the dozen.
I'll give you two more real guesses. You already used yours. Why were they bad?
You owe me $10.
Fuck, you guys owe me $10. The answer is The Terminator.
That's what I said.
No, you did not.
He was a... Okay.
I was going to say Rambo.
So within the franchise, he started off bad.
Oh, and then he became good.
But it was in a different movie.
Yeah, and that's the only character in both of the lists.
God damn, I suck at trivia.
Yeah, you do.
Fuck.
Well, when we did trivia the other night, I thought maybe it was Darth Vader, but then it was like, I asked real quick, like, same name? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, then maybe
Anakin
not.
Skywalker, Darth
Yeah,
Vader.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You should have gone with that. I thought he was gonna go first.
All right.
But no.
Next week we're going on a cruise, right?
Yeah, we're going on a cruise. Jungle cruise.
Man, I'd rather go on a real cruise than a fucking. Actually, it doesn't look bad, but I think they're trying to rip off the magic of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And then I'm going to probably review, by myself, The Green Knight.
I'll see that. I still want to see it,
You
but I
guys could do
think
that.
it's still.
I'm gonna watch Transformers because I've been waiting for part 3
I will
to
see
come
that
out
as well.
forever. I'm gonna
Nice.
straight
I
up
will
and
see
watch
that as
shit.
well,
Oh, it's going to be Beast Wars.
Beast Wars. Mm-hmm.
which is Friday, correct?
So,
Yes.
Yeah. So, we're having a date night?
Sure. Double dated.
All right, Mike, do that thing you fuck up on.
Well, Wine Dine 69. Guys, follow us on social medias. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube,
69.com.
Instagram. Drunk Cop and Teacher. Write us an email. Why you love M. Night Shyamalan, or do you hate him? I don't know. Write us an email and we'll answer all your questions. I don't know. I guess so. Well, Ham will. drunkcop.ateacher@gmail.com.
I like how we definitely omitted MySpace out of this.
Whoa, MySpace number
Until
one.
I said it. Okay.
I
So,
love you, Tom.
like I said, next week, Jungle Cruise, possibly Transformers, and your guys'
Green Knight.
Green Knight, whatever.
I will watch all of it
Probably.
this time.
You got nothing else to do in your life.
Oh no!
All right.
got one for-
Any closing words?
You owe me $10.
Yeah, committing fraud with kids' tickets and shit. Yep, you heard it first.
Order less chicken wings.